They're made by Satan worshippers.
Power Man and Son of Satan.
Son of Satan. Now they're getting kind of blatant.
He-Man has more power than Jesus. He-Man has more power than Jesus.
Obi, right. Oh, hi. I'm just trying to put the soul of Satan into this squid face figure. Apparently, this figure, that figure, this figure, all those figures, all these toys, they're made by the devil. They're made by Satan worshippers as a way to bring kids closer to the devil. Well, this is part 4 and the final part of the series where you look back at this 1984, somewhere around there, 1984 video of these two, nothing against religion, but come on, these are religious nuts. They explain how cartoons, action figures, even cereal is bad for kids, at least in the 80s. In fact, I think I've done everything with these videos. I was going to do a part 5 kind of a recap. I think I'm just going to merge this all in together because, come on. Don't want to drag it out forever. Sorry, squeaky chair. Don't want to drag it out forever. Let's go back to the living room with that small TV and plaid chairs and see what the devil's taking control of this time.
I was absolutely amazed recently when I went into the toy stores and I saw that there were complete racks filled with grenades, rocket launchers, all kinds of knives and guns, and I mean squirt guns that are so occultic.
These two people spend more time in a toy store than any kid I know back in the 80s.
Rocket launchers, all kinds of knives and guns, and I mean squirt guns that are so occultic in that they depict real firearms used in wars.
He's amazed that in the 80s he went to a toy store and saw guns, grenades, water pistols. I mean, come on, this isn't anything new for the 80s. I mean, you could buy toy guns and water guns and cap guns, all kinds of guns and all kinds of army toys and stuff way before the 80s. This isn't anything new.
The Tommy Burst has automatic bolt action. Fire off a burst of 10 shots. Pull the bolt again, you're reloaded. Or fire single shots like a rifle. The Tommy Burst alone is $3. In the detective set, you also get the snub-nose 38 and snap-draw shoulder holster. The pistol fires greeny stickum caps and shoots safe shooting shells.
And look here, this flashing battery-powered machine gun with moving ammo belt shoots rapid-fire bullets. There's a real-looking walkie-talkie.
I think we ought to show the toy to start out today. You know, G.I. Joe years ago used to be a guy that wore khakis and...
Oh, the good old days. Back when G.I. Joe wore khakis, a button-up shirt, a bow tie, and a sports coat. And he came with a church playset. Miss those good old days. Now G.I. Joe's all about killing and the devil.
You know, G.I. Joe years ago used to be a guy that wore khakis and...
Look at the guy's face when the Magnum P.I. wannabe is talking about G.I. Joe toys. Look at the GMJ Bullock's face. I think he's in his own little trance. He doesn't know what's going on. Maybe he doesn't know about G.I. Joe.
The toy to start out today. You know, G.I. Joe years ago used...
Yeah, they're slowly but surely weaving in the occult and mainly in the martial arts and different things like that within G.I. Joe.
I had a whole nother thing to say, but you see, I really don't like this guy's smugness. Let's go back. This isn't the first clip. I see it a lot too, where he's just so smug about everything. Let's run that one back.
Mainly in the martial arts and different things like that within G.I. Joe.
So now martial arts is bad? If you know karate or taekwondo or how to defend yourself, then I guess you're just a soldier for the devil.
And here we have a G.I. Joe cereal box, and what we're really concerned about is not selling cereal, though. We're concerned about the trend towards teaching the children to have violent attitudes.
Nothing makes a kid more violent than a stale corn puff and finding there's only a handful of marshmallows in his cereal.
Oh, yes, and we see things such as flat gum.
Flat gum? Is he talking about the bubble gum that maybe comes in with trading cards? Flat gum is now the sign of the devil? they're really starting to reach now.
Coming
Well,
out.
now, wait a minute. Flak gum.
Yeah, it comes in a pouch and it looks like pieces of shrapnel.
Dude, that's not shrapnel. That's called Bigly Chew. It's supposed to look like chewing tobacco, not shrapnel. Who would want to eat shrapnel? Bubblegum that looks like shrapnel.
Now, here's a Rambo gun that we picked up at one of the stores. And, of course, Rambo is an extremely popular movie.
That's a pretty cool looking gun. I don't think I've ever seen that. But maybe I'll give them this one. I mean, after all, Rambo was an R-rated movie, and a very violent R-rated movie at that, which spun off a cartoon series, a toy line. They might be getting to me, but I'm going to give them this one.
But this is a squirt gun that's battery operated and squirts 30 feet. But that's not so bad. It's just that children get the feeling that guns are in now, that shooting people is in.
Yes! That's how we were back in the 80s. Yeah, what you doing this weekend, Bob? I'm going to Chuck E. Cheese. What you doing, junk kid? I'm going to go out and shoot some people because killing people with guns is cool.
We come back from this little cut roll-in. I'm going to take him out so you can see a little more of what we're talking about.
No, don't take it out of the box. You're going to ruin the value. No.
And in this, they also have a witch within this cartoon, and there are a lot of occultic symbolisms within it, such as the stars and that type of thing.
Jim J. Bullock over there, he sees the witch and stars and everything. That's his go-to when he can't really find something else to say about it. I mean, I give it to these guys. They're pretty good at doing the spin, making it seem like the devil made this stuff. But when he has nothing to go on, he just says, it's got a little star there. That's a sign of the devil, and transforms into something. That's part of the occult. Doesn't even try with this one.
Voltron, you told me you destroyed Voltron.
Well, Phil, there's no doubt that there's witchcraft here.
No doubt at all. That right there is witchcraft. Did you see that? A blue cartoon character was talking. I mean, who else can make cartoons talk? Who can make cartoons move? Had to be the work of the devil.
This is one of many robot series. Some of them are sexually oriented.
What kind of robot cartoon is this dude watching? Sexual robot cartoons?
The Transformers, I've not seen a cult in it.
And finally, something he hasn't seen bad. Transformers. Not yet, anyway. I'm sure he's going to find a way one day to figure it out how that's bad.
Littles are little people. They're like little elves or something like that. And they're supposed to be real cute, you know, and this guy takes care of them, and they have a little land, you know, where they live in.
This guy takes care of them, and they're supposed to be really cute.
Well, and it looked very Egyptian to me, and
Yes.
it looked like they were worshiping Isis.
All hell icy. All hell icy. I give myself to the icy.
And so we're looking at total occultism, paganism, that's being taught to our children through these little innocuous cartoons.
I tell you what's bad for kids. Seeing this guy's hairy chest. Button up the shirt, dude. Anyway. No, these cartoons don't show the occult and all that. It's just, you're reading too much into it. In fact, in the 80s, a lot of these cartoons really had a message about good versus evil, about doing the right thing. Look back at He-Man in part 1, where they attacked He-Man for all the bad that it did. They didn't at one time mention at all how each episode would end with He-Man or someone from the show giving a moral lesson of what was learned in that episode. They skipped over that, which shows they don't want you to know that part. They only want you to see what they see, or what they want you to see. But anyway, that's it. That's all they attacked right there. Sadly, we don't have more, or is that a good thing? Now, what happened to these guys? I tried to look them up on the internet to see what was going on with them. And the host of the show, the one with the perm and the mustache and the hairy chest, he still runs a website and church called the Eagle's Nest. That's what this show is, the Eagle's Nest. So he's still out there preaching his ways. Curious what he thinks about toys today. In fact, honestly, I thought about sending him an email. But I don't know. I don't think this guy's got the kind of sense of humor to know that I have nothing against him. We're just having fun with these videos. So I'm not going to rock the boat. Probably get a copyright strike or upset someone in the name of the Lord, and he'll spite me. I don't want to be spited. I got spotted back in 1987. It took me 3 years to unspike myself. Now, as for the other guy, didn't find much about him other than he's wrote some more books. He's got a whole book about the evils of the cartoons, but most of that was in the 80s also. Now, apparently he wrote a book about being an adult, finding out that he has ADHD. It's a good thing he found out he didn't have ADDS. You know, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Syndrome. That's a fast track to hell. Now, I will say something about these two wackos. They're really good at doing what they do. They're really good about seeing the bad in everything. I mean, a lot of it's probably just made up, but if you showed me He-Man cartoon, Voltron, Star Wars, or these toys and told me to try to make up a story about how they're bad, I couldn't come up with all this stuff that they came up with. So I'll hand it to them. They're good at being stupid. Well, now that we're done with this series, it's time to move on. Back to some more random videos, back to pop culture, talking about evil toys. They might be evil. They might be made by the devil, but I don't care. I love them. So, until the next video, please subscribe to the channel and hit thumbs up so I know you like this one. We'll be back very soon.
God bless you now from the Eagle's Nest.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.